Hello and welcome to Stretford, Paddock. This is Uncensored. My name is Joe. That is Adam McCullough, and we are here with all the latest and greatest Manchester United stories. We're going to be talking about Harry Kane. Is he going to Bayern Munich? Are we using it as a little smokescreen deal to get him to Manchester United? What is going on? Adam McCullough, how are you doing first of all? Talk to me about this Harry Kane situation.
Can you just explain how we'd be using it as a smokescreen?
Well, we're maybe not using it. So the suggestion was, and we'll get straight into it, this is Matt Law and Sam Wallace from The Telegraph, I believe. They are saying that United were originally put off by Kane's £100 million valuation from Tottenham. However, the sort of emergence of this £60 million plus add-ons offer from Bayern Munich may force United to reconsider if it becomes clear or apparent that Tottenham may actually be willing to accept less than the 100 million they originally wanted. Right. So maybe United are sort of...
A fee that they accept from Bayern is not the same fee that they accept from Manchester United.
I agree with you. But maybe it would still be slightly lower than the 100 million that they asked for. What do you reckon?
No.
You think the 100 million no matter what?
Also, the bid that Bayern Munich made got rejected, right?
Well, it did apparently, but then we've had a few different bits. So the first bit was obviously that they've made this €70 million, which is 60 million quid, plus add-ons bid. Apparently that was rejected, like you said. But I think then we saw from Christian Falk, who said that Kane to Bayern, he said, I'll read the tweet out verbatim so I don't mess it up. Bayern and Harry Kane have reached an agreement in principle on a transfer this summer. The family of Kane, brackets father and brother, I hope that's two separate people, conducted the negotiations. The prerequisite for the transfer is now an agreement with Tottenham. That's according to Bild Sport and obviously a reputable or relatively reputable source in Germany. So assuming that his dad isn't his brother, there's two people speaking on behalf of Harry Kane. Do you believe that then, that Kane and Bayern have got a deal in place there? Because everyone seems so obsessed with this Premier League record, but maybe he's just thinking, give me a Bundesliga and maybe a Champions League and I'll be happy.
Are they guaranteed to win the Champions League? I know Harry Kane makes them more likely to, but are they guaranteed to win the Champions League?
Well, they're not guaranteed, but that's why I gave it a maybe. Let's say he's got 4 years left in his deal.
Is the Bundesliga enough for him? This is the thing that I'm asking myself. Look, I think by all means, if my choices were Spurs or Bayern Munich, you go to Bayern Munich every day of the week. But I just feel like I won't see Kane in a Bayern Munich shirt. I can't see that happening. Obviously, you've got the Tuchel factor, which could make it happen.
Yeah.
You've got the fact that he's pretty much guaranteed a league title and you're just competing for the Champions League. If he wins a Bundesliga and a Champions League, potentially in the shout for Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Now, are Bayern Munich likely to win the Champions League? I know they win it a lot, and they win it a lot more than most. But the domination has been by the Spanish teams, and to a certain extent the English teams. So I just can't see. I can see an English player going to the Bundesliga at the start of their career.
Yeah.
Not now. Maybe I'm wrong though.
Who was the last? Was it Kevin Keegan? Was he the last English player in their
Hamburg
prime to go to? Yeah, I mean,
he won the Ballon d'Or there, didn't he?
Yeah, he won 2 Ballon d'Ors there, I believe. Like, it's very, very rare to see an English player in their prime go to the Bundesliga, like you said. Yeah, Tony Woodcock went to Cologne after he was at Arsenal, but again, you're talking 70s and 80s. Yeah, like a little.
Imagine like both parts of your name being a euphemism.
I can only imagine. Imagine any part of your name being remotely interesting. That's what I'd like to think. That's what I'd get. At least you've got that. At least you've got
my one was like, oh yeah, what's the first name you could think of? Adam. All right, yeah, sweet. That's it.
Yeah, Adam is first name of the baby book, isn't it? Because
Aaron double A is
Aaron. No, that's shit. Adam. Yeah, fine. Right, telly on. Like, that was month 1 of pregnancy. Just sorted. Book open and closed. Do you think United will use this sort of the Bayern deal as a potential? Who was it we did this with before? Where we let someone, was it Martinez with last season? We sort of let Arsenal kind of get a fee going, didn't we? We let a rumoured fee
No, it was Terrell Malacia.
That was it. He was going to go
to Roma or somewhere like that.
Yeah, and we went, all right, we'll give you 2 million more than that. Do you think we'll try and do that because it is, reputable journalists saying that we're going to go back in for him.
I don't know. You've got to remember as well, Daniel Levy once refused to sell Modric to Chelsea and took a lower fee from Real Madrid.
He is.
United will still have to pay the premium that they were demanding, regardless of what fee Bayern Munich agree.
So what do you make of this idea that Kane is up for going to Bayern? I know you sort of said you don't see it, but do you think that he's willing to? Do you think that maybe he's thinking, I've only got a year left on my deal, but it's one of the biggest years of my career. That 30 to 31 period could be massive if he stays at Tottenham and wins
Harry
nothing.
Kane will still be at Spurs next season.
Do you think? It's such a shame that because there's no one even remotely close to how good he is knocking about as though this summer.
Can you really see him going Bayern Munich, bro?
Not really, no, but...
It was only ever going to England or Spain.
Why not Bayern Munich, though? They need a striker. They're a big club. He'd be their best player.
You might as well go to the SBL, bro.
Yeah, but this is the difference. The teams in Germany, the other teams, are just good enough to keep Bayern fresh for the Champions League. Whereas if you go to France, the teams are so far behind that it makes PSG shit in the Champions League. They seem Dortmund and what is like a rotation in it of like Leipzig, and then there'll be a Schalke and a Wolfsburg period. They're just good enough.
What I'm excited about, if it happens, is we get to see Mane, Sane, and Kane together up front.
I'm writing that down. Thank you. That's really good.
Write that down. Go on,
Mane, Sane, Harry Kane. That's really good. Let's write that down. Put that
Slappy Joes.
Not just have I written it down, I've put a box around that. So I will be remembering that one. Speaking of putting a box around it, David De Gea, fucking beautiful segue there, you're welcome. A 6-yard box and an 18-yard box is round him usually. Weird chat coming out of the De Gea situation this afternoon. Laurie Whitwell tweeted, De Gea agreed a new United contract. He even signed it, but then the club didn't sign it, then withdrew the contract and offered a lower salary. De Gea yet to accept new terms. What happens now?
You know what that reminds me of?
Chris Tarrant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Here you go, 375 grand a week, but we don't want to give you that. Rip it up. And then he goes and he gets left on the 32 grand one because he got a question wrong, which is him making a mistake against Sevilla. How bizarre is that? I don't think I've ever seen that. Have you?
You just stole my whole thing.
I stole your whole flow. I didn't mean to do that. I got so excited.
Our brains come up together, thought of that same thing at the same time. You just got excited and said it.
Sorry, I just screamed it out. I just blurred it out.
Does that mean we're best friends?
I think it might mean that. I've never seen a player get offered a contract by a club and then the club withdraw the contract. That's weird, isn't it? What do you think sparked that?
What do you think sparked that, Joe?
I think it was
it wasn't fucking chucking the ball in the net in the FA Cup final, was it?
It might have been that. Well, I mean,
my God.
The withdrawing of it. Imagine.
What do you think?
Imagine, right?
You know what though, as well, yeah. You know what? People, we're not going to get a transfer fee for there, obviously.
No.
But you save 1.2 million a month or something. It's like, yo, you could give some, I don't know, David Raya or someone would take 100 grand a week to play for United.
Yeah, most goalkeepers are on about, top keepers are on about a third of what De Gea's on, or a quarter of what De Gea's on. So, yeah, we would save a lot of money that way. But imagine the day when
I don't know. Look, everyone needs to show some goddamn respect to David De Gea.
Okay,
it's a shame it's gone the way it's gone. I feel like, because of the financial situation we're in, the ownership situation we're in, the budget situation we're in, FFP, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ten Hag has been in a position where he hasn't, maybe this is a mistake of his, where he hasn't, or maybe it's not, and he's kind of protecting what he has to try and, make sure he doesn't get left with nothing.
Yeah.
But we should have been honest with De Gea a long time ago. Bruv, you're not, long term, you're not in my plans. Short term, probably not in my plans. I think he got Golden Glove. Well, genuinely well done. I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Despite not being great. And I think the we probably lured him into like a false sense of. We were offering him contracts and stuff. Like he's probably thinking, bruv, these like want me.
Yeah.
These want me. Like we should have behind closed doors, not in the public. Behind closed doors, we should have been honest with him. And it looks like maybe that hasn't happened until maybe the last few weeks.
Weird that.
If it has. If it has happened. Like, it's difficult to tell. Or maybe Ten Hag's well within his rights to go, I gave him an opportunity for the whole season. I offered him a contract which was based on whatever. And in the last couple of weeks or month of the season, I thought, no. He's well within his rights to do that. But I just think then you've lost. And look, not everything's in a perfect world, but you've lost the opportunity to kind of give him a send-off that I think he deserves.
This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. Now, summer is here, and what can you do to be prepared for the hot weather? Well, there's only one answer. It is grooming your downstairs to within an inch of its life. And with Manscaped, you can join 8 million other men who are using the best below-the-belt grooming in the business. They are the world leaders in that area. And what area are we talking about? Well, I think we all know, don't we? The downstairs. In the past, some of the things I've used to groom my nutsack, I've used a flint and steel, just getting the sparks, and hopefully they would sort of shave off the top layer of pubic hair. That didn't really work. I've used a magnifying glass in this hot weather to burn the sort of the follicles and the hair, and I'm sitting here now and I can be honest that I'm still scarred from those moments. And the one thing that you can be assured with Manscaped is there will be no scarring with their reduced nick technology. And of course, all of this is culminated in the Perfect Package 4.0. Now, what is in the Perfect Package? Well, let me tell you, you get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. That is your main summer. That's the reliable summer swinger, as I like to call it. Yeah, you've also got the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. You've got the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver toner, the Performance boxer briefs, and if all of that wasn't good enough, you've got the Shed travel bag to put all of that stuff in and take it anywhere you want to go this summer, whether that's to your mate's house, to your partner's house, on holiday. You need it with you at all times, and Manscaped has got you covered. Also, like I said before, you've got all of these things, and with our special code Paddock20, you get 20% off and free shipping. So you're getting the best possible discount you can have with us here at Stretford Paddock. That is 20% off and free shipping using the code Paddock20 at manscaped.com. Make sure you check them out. The link is in the description. Your balls will thank you. Yeah, I think the only problem with giving a keeper an ultimatum or saying, like, you know, just so you know, we're going another way, is the goalkeeper is the only position on the pitch. I know Romero was he was a number 2, but he was a sort of number 1.5 when he was actually quite good. But generally speaking, it's the only position on the pitch where you don't have 2 great players in that position. Everywhere else, the backup should be good enough to start 45 games a season. Whereas as a keeper, you've got, most clubs have got one keeper that's by far the number 1, and then the number 2 that is often mid-30s, English, there for sort of, you know, homegrown quota reasons rather than actually to be a top keeper. So if you go to De Gea and say in you know, March or whatever, we're moving another way this summer, and then all of a sudden you don't get a replacement in, there's no like alternative. You can't play someone else instead because De Gea's lost his head because you told him he was leaving. If you don't get it right with replacing the keeper, then De Gea's just stood there next season having to play 40 games when he knows no one likes him. You can't, like, you know, rotate around De Gea because the number 2 is so far behind. So maybe that's why they didn't want to, you know.
On the other hand, and again, this is against my nature, so I'm not like this as a person. Like, loyalty is like a two-way street, right?
Yeah.
Clubs aren't really loyal to players because they use them for what they need them for.
Yep.
And players vice versa. But De Gea is only still here because of a fax machine. Like, he was going to leave us at one point. He didn't really.
An admin
error away.
Like, yeah.
So, in the roof, like, I think it's difficult to be that way. I think Fergie was great at doing it. I think Pep Guardiola, although he's got the financial ability to be able to do it, is great at doing. Like, you got to be able to just go, time's up.
Like, you look
like,
at
as much as it hurts me to do this, I remember he was crying about Aguero. You know, look at Fergie, some of the decisions he made that he got criticised for at the time. Even maybe me as a young fan was like, what the hell is Fergie doing? And they were the right decision for the club, probably apart from Yapstam.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
Beckham,
so
Keane, Van Nistelrooy.
you have to learn when to... Oh, no, Beckham was a mistake.
Maybe.
I would die on that hill. But no, like, you got to learn when to just go, look, it's up, time's up.
Yeah. And the thing with De Gea is he's the fifth longest serving player in the Premier League. Like, he's been here 12 years. It's not as though he's not been given a chance or we've cut the ties
I
early
did
like
top
we did
five
with the
goalkeepers with Movie the other day in the Premier League. De Gea never even entered my thoughts, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't even enter my thoughts.
I haven't seen that. Can I guess who your top 5 were?
Yeah.
You've got to have Schmeichel and Van der Sar. I think you've got to have Petr.
Wait, no, what are you doing? What you do current, you dick?
Oh, I thought you meant all time. You weren't even in your conversation for current.
No.
Fucking hell, I thought you meant ever. Jesus, that is harsh.
I don't mean like top 5. If you could buy 5 goalkeepers in the Premier League right now, David De Gea isn't one of them.
Oh, so we're talking about their current form, not their
not their careers.
Okay.
Not
form.
who they have been.
Alisson and Ederson.
Obviously, yeah.
Those two. I think Alisson's number 1. I would say Ederson. I think
that's what I went.
Yeah. On last season's form, although I wouldn't want him at United as much as it's going to annoy Ethan. I think Pope had a very good season, so you've got to put him in there.
First of all, can we never do this again on a show? As much as it's going to annoy you, Ethan. Quite frankly, I hope it does fucking annoy him.
Yeah,
and all them annoying Newcastle fans. Bunch of twats.
But I'll put Pope in there. Then I think you're probably looking
Lewis Bolden, that's you, by the way. Yeah, Lewis Bolden and Ethan. Bunch of muppets. Both of them. They should have each other.
The Brighton situation's odd, isn't it? Because I thought Sanchez was really good. But then he's been dropped recently,
say these 5 goalkeepers. Why are you
I'm going to say Sanchez and Raya as well. I think those 5.
Sanchez isn't in it.
But that was at the start of last season. He has had a poor
Sanchez,
season.
Martinez.
Pope, Martinez, yeah, he's good.
And those other 2.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, that says a lot, doesn't it?
Emi Martinez is the last of the old school kind of goalkeepers, isn't he?
Or he's just a twat with some gloves on. Isn't he? He's just a dickhead with a pair of gloves on, isn't he? I love that. He's one of those people. Do you know people always say like, oh, goalies are weird, goalies are a bit odd? I think it would be an absolute nightmare being on a night out with Emi Martinez.
Who's your favourite ever goalkeeper? I don't mean the best.
Yeah.
It's got to be Barthez, hasn't it?
Barthez is yeah. He, again, back to that thing, he's just a knobhead with some gloves on. Like,
he's not a knobhead, fuck off.
No, I mean in a good, I don't mean like a bad person. I mean a bit of an idiot, like running out to the halfway line in the year 2000 when no one was doing that.
Megging attackers.
Megging attackers, playing in 2 of the best teams in the world in the 90s France team and the Man United team that he went to. Being 5'9" as a keeper or 5'10", whatever it was, like you cannot get away with that, and yet somehow
these man, you know all these guys that think they're cool on the ball and look at me passing the ball out, mate. Yeah. Fabio Barthez is your daddy.
Yeah, he was, but he wasn't right for United.
He quit football and he went and won like Le Mans.
Yeah, that's what I like. What do you do after football? Just a 24-hour car race. Like, I love that. That's what I mean. He's a proper actual nutter, isn't he? He's a weird guy, and I love that. Yeah, I think he would do better now than he did in that team then. I think.
Can you imagine Fabian Barthez as a child? Oh my god!
Just stuff going on all the time, innit?
Like Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, just riding motorbikes off ramps, like just breaking into stuff. Picking up, like, sewing 2 dogs together and pretending it was, like, Fluffy from Harry Potter and that. All
cat
sorts.
Dog.
Yeah, cat dog, gluing animals together. Yeah, all sorts of weird stuff. I didn't, because I wasn't privy to the... we've talked about this before, the Cartoon Networks and the Nickelodeons of this world. I never got to see any of that.
When I used to go to my dad's house, he used to have a Dodger box, allegedly. Yeah. And I used to... because you get locked up for that nowadays, don't you?
Yeah, what was that? 18 years for streaming a bit of Sky Sports? Not bad.
Absolute disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, bro. You know what it is though, yeah. If you take money out of some rich man's hand, you fucked it, bro.
Yeah.
That's why you get more for fraud and things like that.
And also, isn't it weird the concept of, do you know when in the law, when they go, oh, they were making an example out of someone, you think that's not in the law. You can't just we just upped the sentence to 20 years. So like as a deterrent.
No, that is in the law.
Well, it might be in the law, but it shouldn't be in the law.
Deterrents are in the law. No, there's precedents being set. I get why that happens, but it happens in the wrong instances.
No, I don't like it.
But you know what? Them man made millions, you know. I hope they still got that when they come out. Maybe then it would be all worth it. Would you do so? Let's say something like that. So it's not a crime that you've not killed anybody.
It's a victim. It's what we call a victimless crime, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, like selling weed or selling dodgy boxes or victimless crime.
Yeah, selling cheese out the back of a Vauxhall Nova on Thorsby Market.
What cheese are you talking about?
Feminine, masculine, all sorts. Whatever you want.
So
if it can be scraped, it can be cheesed.
You've made 5 million. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. You've cleaned it up.
Cleaned up. Yeah.
But you've been nabbed.
Oh no! I was hoping
now
you
they
wouldn't say that.
They can't trace this money, so you could easily come out to it.
Yeah.
Although there might be a few eyes on you, but you're gonna in this instance you're gonna come out to your 5 million.
I'm coming out to that cheddar, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That cheese money. Okay.
Yeah.
That Gouda good stuff.
Yeah.
I know what we're talking about.
My favourite cheese. So yeah, you get nicked. Yep. You do 10 years.
Fucking hell, 10 years. And they're prime years as well. I know I've got these are my big years.
Are worth what? 500,000? Did we say 5 mil?
You said 5 mil total, yeah.
Yeah. So you're coming out after 10 years. You might only do 6 years for good behaviour.
Nah, I'm going cheese wild on the inside as well, if I'm honest with you. If anything, it's getting extended, like the mozzarella that I'm putting on my dodgy pizzas. It's absolutely not worth it. It's not worth 10 years for 5 million. Nowhere near.
But bro, you'd work a job for 50 grand a year or something, 60 grand a year, 70 grand a year.
I wish.
People work jobs less than that right now.
Yeah, anyway. I work a job for a lot less than that. I don't know what you're saying.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Why are you pretending you ain't balling, bro?
I wish I was balling. Anyway,
For every one view on this video, Joe gets $10.
That's true, actually, yeah.
I wish.
So what are you saying? What's my price per year in jail?
Well, yeah. It's 10 years.
For 10 years, and that's down to 6 with good behaviour.
Right, how much would you do for 5 years?
For 5 years?
Would you do 5 years for a mil?
Absolutely nowhere, no chance at all.
Fuck?
These are big years.
Bro,
29 to 34? Those are some creamy years, mate.
But think about 34 to 39 when you come out to a mil. Jeez.
Nah, you can't even do that much with $1 million.
And remember, you haven't killed anyone or nothing, so you're not going to be on a wing full of lunatics.
No, I'm going to be on there with people who are like tax fraud and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People wire fraud, those things that no one really knows what they mean.
You might even learn how to triple your money when you can.
That's true. Yeah, some real dodgy. It's me and Bernie Madoff in the slammer. It needs to be 10 million at least because
for 5 years.
Because all you can get for £1 million is.
What about 10 years for 10 mil?
You can get like a shit house in London for £1 million. That's
but you don't live
enough.
in London. You live in Manchester, bro. You can buy the baddest house in Manchester. You can buy a really nice house, footballer's house in Manchester with that money.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Imagine me buying a house for $500,000 in the Midlands, bro. I'd own the Midlands.
That's true. Which street you buying? Everyone say when you get out.
Remember Michael Owen did that when he made it and he bought like a street for his family.
I'd hate to do that.
Yeah, imagine driving out and you see your twat cousin every day.
I know. The family WhatsApp popping off when you get in at 3 a.m. I don't need it.
I'm in a family WhatsApp, and the only messages they send in there are that people have died,
or are dying.
And it's like, one day that message is going to come on my phone, and I'm going to be dead.
It's going to be you. You're going to read the message.
Like my phone's going to be in the hospital next to me,
no.
And that WhatsApp's going to ping off, but my dead cold body's going to be next to it.
And then then you just got your wife just holding the phone up to your face to unlock it. Like that.
Let's see what these bastards been doing.
Adam McCullough has left the group. The family WhatsApp. You've left on your deathbed. Yeah, there's nothing sadder than that.
I'm leaving before I die. I think I'm going to leave that group before I die.
I hope so. I can't imagine.
I've always had this fear that my death might just be like, it's going to be not getting to know. It's just going to happen.
What, that you're not going to notice? Or no one notices it?
Yeah, you don't even... No, not that you don't notice it. Although maybe, but you don't see it coming. You don't know it happened. It's just going to...
Well, isn't that better, though? Isn't that better?
I was thinking about this, about the submarine thing.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Would you go on Ocean Gate? Would you have been one of them geezers that would have gone? Because people now are going, oh, yeah, you idiot. Why are you going there? I wouldn't have gone in there. I'm scared of water. If my feet ain't touching the ground, I ain't on it. Yeah. So let's just get that out of there. But there's a lot of people that would have done it, bro. Have you seen some of the rides people go on and some of the things people do at the beach and stuff like that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would have gone, oh, the CEO's jumping on it. I'll do it.
And also, it'd done other trips before, hadn't it? So it wasn't like the maiden voyage.
It, bro. What weakened it.
Yeah.
That's what weakened it. Is an idiot, bro.
I would
because he used the composite of two materials. You shouldn't do that.
Sorry, the composite king over here. What the fuck? What the fuck do you know about composites?
He got titanium. He got titanium and carbon, and he tried to do that, but he failed.
But the composite, it was the composite that did it, folks. You learned it here first, Adam McCullough.
It was weak. And also, like, if you got a porthole, I've learned this as well.
Go on, talk to me about portholes.
You've got so many different materials together, that it's so easy for it to just give way.
Yeah. Especially
like, you're going down, coming up, going down, the pressure. I never understood the pressure was so mad at that. Like, ooh.
No, I didn't.
So does that mean, like, if you just swam, I know it's difficult.
Yeah.
But let's say you had the capacity to have like a big oxygen tank.
Yeah.
So if you swam all the way to that depth.
Yeah.
Because you've gone there gradually, I'm assuming nothing would happen to you, right? You'd be okay.
No, you can't go down there. The pressure would crush you. You wouldn't be able to well before
it's not
you
a
got
thing
down
of
there.
Like, it's not a thing of like, because there's a vacuum in the thing and then the pressure changes, it becomes boom.
No, well, that would help. This is the least informed conversation that's ever taken place on the internet, by the way. But no.
By the way, this is what people do, idiots talking about things like that. This is what happens on the internet. That's basically like the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's like saying, oh, if you went up to space with no suit on, but you did it gradually, you'd be able to breathe. No, it's just not suitable for human life up there. Like when you get that low, the pressure, the water, imagine the weight of that much water on you. Obviously, there's buoyancy against it, but it's like having a fucking, like, I don't even know.
The sea's scary, bro. I'm so
thousands
scared
of cars on your back.
Like, I can't, if I can swim.
Yeah.
But if my brain goes, bro, if you stop swimming, your feet ain't touching the ground and you're going to drown.
Yeah.
Then my body goes, you can't swim, and I stop. I'm like panicking shit. I go to Barbados, and my little cousin, when she was like, we went to this place, called Boatyard in Barbados, if people have been, and they were swinging off the thing and at the end into the sea.
Yeah.
And my little cousin, she's like 6, 7, just doing it.
Yeah.
Jumping in, no life jacket, like swimming around and that like a little man. Bruv, I'm scared.
Can I just bring up a fact that you hear spoken, you hear said and sort of written down?
I'm glad I'm scared of water though, because
I think it's a relatively safe bet.
Gate. Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Do you know when you hear this phrase, we know more about the oceans than we do about space? Have you ever heard that phrase before? Sorry, more about space than we do about the oceans. That's how unexplored the oceans are. Right, Adam, that is the biggest load of shit that anyone has ever said. Because...
You know why that's true?
No, it's not true. And I'll tell you, you tell me first and I'll tell you why it's not true.
No,
we know more about...
You're so clever.
Right.
You're so clever, go on.
All it takes for that to be absolute fucking bullshit is for there to be one ocean on one of the almost infinite planets in space. An ocean the same size as the one we have on Earth that we know literally nothing about. We don't even know it exists.
I assume when they're talking about space, they're only talking about what you got taught at school.
What? Just the fucking... the
Mercury,
9 planets?
What is it?
Oh, go on, here we go.
Many very naughty. What was it?
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars,
Many very energetic monkeys jumped under
Jupiter, Uranus,
Sun.
Saturn.
Saturn.
What's your favourite planet? Sun. From late. Sun! Fucking hell. What a planet that is.
It's the best one for the weather.
It is. It's a lovely weather over there. Planet
Sometimes
Sun.
I'm clever, but sometimes I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was good. So yeah, we're apparently know about the ocean. Can I just ask you a couple of other things, please?
You know why that's true? You know what I didn't get to tell you why that's true.
Oh yeah, go on then.
True.
I mean, go on.
Because all these planets are the fucking same, bruv.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went on the Mars. All right, if you've seen 1 square foot of Mars, the Mars.
Oh yeah, we went on the Mars. Favorite planet? Sun.
If you've seen 1 square foot of Mars, you've seen it all, bruv.
Yeah, that's true.
Down there in the ocean,
yeah.
There's a lot, bruv. It's nuts out there, man.
Crisp packets, washing machines.
There's fish down there with light bulbs on their head and stuff, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like just crazy shit.
It's unbelievable.
Mad jellyfish and that.
Yeah, I saw a crab.
Did you see that fish that was swimming that got bit in half?
What is the point? What do you mean by that? Yeah, like millions of fish a day get bitten off by other fish.
Nah, listen, this fish here, his body was bit in half and he was just still swimming about happy as Larry.
Oh no.
Fish
That's upsetting,
bitten.
isn't it? Fish bitten. There were so many fish get bitten every day. Genuinely, it's one of their favourite things to do. I've seen it where it's literally just a living fish, but it's half of it doesn't even exist anymore. It must just be living on just thought processes.
I could see the pain in its eyes, though, man.
I don't think they have pain, do they? They don't feel pain properly.
Of course they do, man.
No, they don't.
Everything feels pain, bruv.
Do you think?
That's stupid. Of course it feels pain.
Do chips feel pain when you eat them?
No, but it's not an animal, is it?
I've seen animal fries in and out. So
shapes and that.
You tell me. Rabiot staying at Juve. Thoughts?
Fair fucks to him.
Did you want him?
I wouldn't have minded signing him as a squad option. And I think it's better than people make out, but I'm not heartbroken.
You look a bit heartbroken. You're sort of looking down. Your chest, your chin is in your chest. You're quite.
You know what it is? I keep looking at the laptop and not the camera, so I do apologise to everyone.
Okay, so you're not bothered about Rabiot. Cross that off. Next up, United have got 260 million quid on a credit card. The club say that we've got £40 left on the credit facility. 40 million, so not £40. Imagine that. 40 quid left on it. 40 million left. They had vowed to fully wipe it.
Do you reckon they'll let us use it on pre-season?
40 quid. Right, so go to the arcades. It still means that there's 260 million left on the credit card. Money is there for the signings. The limit is financial fair play, according to, I believe, Laurie Whitwell.
Yeah, let's see.
But FFP means that we can't
the Glazers ain't going to sanction anything.
Do you think?
They're just being wankers. Just fuck off.
I know.
Shout out to 58, by the way, for doing that protest.
Yeah.
But just fuck off.
We got an interview with the 1958 as well, that will be up on the channel already, so check that out if you haven't already. But Jay was down there speaking to them this morning, so make sure you check that out.
Bit of a scoop ski patata.
Yeah, exactly. Exclusive interview there. And another thing I want to talk about is that shirt that you've got on, because it looks like, do you know when your primary school hires in like a teacher to come in and do PE for the day?
Yeah.
And he's got that shirt on. It looks great. I really like it.
Teacher.
Yeah, a bit of a supply teacher vibes.
Are you saying us Indians are only good enough to be a supply teacher? I don't think that's highly offensive.
When I thought of that, I didn't know it was an India shirt. So no, that wasn't part of it even.
Can I just shout out, by the way, because these shirts, you can only get them in India. This is the ODI jersey, I got the T21 as well. And shout out Aditya Reds, because I couldn't buy it here. on the Adidas website. You have to buy it off the Adidas India website.
I don't really understand
So
that.
Aditya hooked it up for a brother.
You would think that it could all just sort of go back and forth, like it's like a fluid thing, wouldn't you? Where if it's in stock somewhere, we can just ship it and it's going to cost you a bit more.
Nah, because they'll have their own warehouses and stuff. Use your brain, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, but they've got access to those warehouses, haven't they? So how did you get it then?
Come on,
did
man.
someone in India buy it and then shipped it to you from India personally?
Order it. So Aditya ordered it to his. I gave him the money. He had ordered it to his house, and then shipped it to me.
And he lives in India.
Yeah.
Did you know all of this, or did he come to you with this information? Did you know it and go to him and say, "I need this"?
No, me and Aditya are mates, man.
Yeah.
We're, like, you know, we speak to each other a fair bit. Made videos before for his channel together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just messaged him and said, "Can you do me a favor?" Obviously looked after him. I'm not a complete shitbag. And yeah. So thank you.
Very nice. Thank
Aditya.
you. And thank you to everyone at home for watching. What you got on this weekend, Adam? What are you up to? Or the rest of the week, should I say? You're going away, aren't you?
Yeah, going to Portugal. Should be fun. Then we come back, and then about 10 days later, we go to the US of A.
We're getting close now. It's like 2 weeks away.
Mate, we need to sort it out. We you know what, guys? We haven't announced anything yet, but if you're in New York, San Diego, Vegas, wherever, or you're going to be there, keep an eye on our socials because we're going to have a few events and stuff popping off.
Yeah, so make sure you check those out.
As of yet,
find all of those.
we haven't got the info, but we will have the info soon.
Yeah, definitely. Right, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Adam, for coming on. Enjoy your holiday. Also, if you are watching, thank you again to Manscaped for sponsoring the show. Use the code Paddock20 for 20% off and free shipping. The link to that is in the description. Go down there, click it now. What?
We hit 700,000 this week. It's been over 10 years since this channel's been going. That's absolutely incredible stuff. There's been some people, because I was on one like from the start, me and Jay. There's been some people I recognize their names and I've recognized them forever. Like, if some people from the chat and comments and things like that, they would come up to me and say, "Oh, this is my name on the chat on YouTube," I'd know, like, yo, you've been there for like 10, like, absolutely incredible. So thank you to everyone for subscribing. Thank you to everyone for being involved with the channel. Thank you to people like Joe, Jay, as well, Steve, my partners in this, and of course everyone else that works behind the camera. It's been an absolutely immense ride. And to everyone there from the start as well, the likes of Neil, Alan, Johnny, Chris. Probably left some names out, but yeah, shout out all them guys.
Lovely. Thank you very much. See you in a bit.